Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell. So every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Now, this here is a sick story coming up out of South Carolina. I saw, I believe, this story a few years ago, and it kind of been flying under the radar for a while. I almost forgot about it until it popped up on one of my news feeds. So let's get into it. Bottom line of this story, watch your children. Period, point blank. Watch your girls for sure, but watch your children, man. Because there are predators out here and they prey on the weak. And I don't care how strong, independent black women supposed to be. The world is more powerful than anything that y'all could ever think of. So this story comes out of the Atlanta Black Star, and it reads, some expected the electric chair, but white South Carolina DJ gets off with reduced sentence after pleading guilty to sex with nearly 700 underage black girls. Now, how do you, I don't care what the sentence is, because we're going to get into that. But how do you plead guilty with having, pretty much taken advantage of 700 underage black girls, just girls, period, but black girls, and somehow get a reduced sentence to where you can be freed in a matter of years and still live the rest of your life outside of the jailhouse? But let's get into it. It says a major sex trafficking case that languished in the South Carolina court system for more than 4 years concluded anticlimactically last summer when a 46-year-old white disc jockey received a reduced sentence after pleading guilty to 13 felony charges of having inappropriate relations with children, including hundreds of underage black children. So we're just talking about the black kids. We don't even know how many other kids of other ethnicities and races that he inappropriately dealt with. As part of a deal with prosecutors, Jason Roger Pope, once known as DJ Kid, that's what a name, because that's all he dealt with was kids, confessed in August 2023 to 5 counts of trafficking of a minor, 5 counts of criminal conduct with a minor, and 3 counts of criminal conduct. I'm leaving a word out per YouTube, violations, restrictions, according to South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson. But instead of Pope being sent away for the rest of his life, which he should have been, Judge Brian Gibbons suspended a 30-year prison term. So he still would only got 30 years. Interesting. For the defendant in favor of 19 years behind bars, which was far lighter punishment than prosecutors initially desired for the man who admitted to prostituting and having sex with 693 underage black girls between 2017 and 2019, while intentionally infecting at least one of his young victims with HIV. The prosecutors say that right there should have been death penalty right there, because that's assault with a deadly weapon, right? Ain't there like laws that say that that you can get convicted of that? Because it's like putting a gun to somebody and pulling the trigger, right? The judge did order strict probation conditions for Pope following his eventual release from prison, which are designed to protect the public, including a requirement that Pope be monitored around the clock for at least 5 years by special agents dedicated to supervising sex offenders. So they're saying that's what, after he get out, if Pope violates his probation, he'll be sent back to prison for 10 years, which is essentially the length of time the judge is suspended from his original sentence. Moreover, Pope will be required to register as a sex offender, which will place his name on a national database to alert communities around his chosen place of residence. A permanent restraining order will bar him from contacting his victims. It says several victims had statements presented to the court about how the defendant's actions affected them. The South Carolina Attorney General's office said previously in a statement, according to local news reports. They are relieved this chapter is closed and Pope is going to prison. They say he was arrested on September 12, 2019, after authorities found evidence he had lured teen girls through his social media pages using his charming public persona as a front for the relations. In one case, Pope recruited an underage girl on social media with the intent of using her to enrich himself through commercial sex acts, prosecutors alleged. After courting the girl and gaining her trust, authorities said he confined the victim to a room at a home in Darlington where he forced her to perform these acts with intent to extort and threaten the victim to continue in the arrangement with him. For nearly 4 years following his arrest, the legal case remained stalled while he was held at a Florence County Detention Center without bond. He pleaded guilty on August 30th, 2023. It's 3 years earlier, on January 2020, Pope was indicted on 14 charges, including criminal misconduct, promoting prostitution, human trafficking, kidnapping, and other offenses. Remember that human trafficking. That's a big thing now. Like I said before in the previous video, a lot of these young rappers, young entertainers, young brothers getting money, they go online on the Instagram pages, DMing these Instagram models with, with plans to fly them out and to have sexual relations. That's their goal. And what I had brought up was that they don't realize because they're young and dumb and there's no one really there to teach them, which is why you got to have elders. And they don't have to be like 80, 90 years old. Somebody 30, 40, just a little 50. Somebody who has been through life, not necessarily maybe the exact life you're leading, but life period. Understand how things work, to teach them how to navigate through life so they don't have to bump their head every time they step out the door. You try to tell them, try to say that when you fly a female across state lines with the intentions to have relations, that is a federal crime. Because you're paying for, let's say, plane ticket. Let's say you're paying for clothing, paying for food, hotel room, whatever. And your intention is to have sex with these girls. That's a crime. That's what we call the Mann Act. That's human trafficking to give it just a definition. But youngsters, people don't understand that. So this white boy did the same thing. Flew these girls out from whatever county, whatever state they was from, and had, took advantage of them. Violated, let's say that, violated them. Which brings me back to what I said originally. Because I don't know if I want to go through this whole thing, bond hearing, psychologists say, let's say Pope still trying to contact and intimidate victims from his jail cell. But yet again, you only give him 19 years. See, stuff like this, everything he did, he should have got life. Like, seriously. I don't know how they reduced his sentence. This is crazy. Let's say pled guilty. Let's say ensuring he would. Let's say Pope surprised everybody last August and pled guilty, ensuring he would walk free again despite the gravity of his crime. That's the thing about the law that I don't understand. If he didn't plead or didn't, want to plead not guilty, okay, then they would have went through trial. And that's how they punish. It's amazing how they punish criminals, but then also kind of take it easy on them. But they do the guilty and the innocent the same way. We'll offer you a plea deal. You take a reduced sentence and save taxpayers money, blah, 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 time and all that kind of crap. Not even thinking about the victims who, for the rest of their life, especially those who might have, was infected, could have been, which they didn't say they was infected, but they did say he told, and then they found out that he had HIV or AIDS or whatever. They could be scarred. These young girls would be scarred for life. You're not thinking about what they went through. All you're thinking about is saving taxpayers' money, but your federal government don't care about you saving taxpayers' money because they send it overseas all the time. But like I say, I don't like. If he would have went to trial, then he most likely would have got life or death. But since he pled guilty, we'll reduce it to 19 years. I guess they say, hey, what's the purpose of pleading guilty? And we're getting nothing out of it, getting nothing in return. So I don't know. I don't agree with the the courts in that instance. They say the case got dragged out, voice on social media circuit, clamored for justice as the continued delays in post-trial stretched beyond 3 years, leading TikTok user to ask rhetorically, why is he still alive? What's taking so long to get this man electric chair? Emancipation of B asked at the time. They say Pope worked for years as a DJ in Florence County. He used his trade to take advantage of young girls. Music, rap music, hip hop, an over-sexualized genre of entertainment that is causing, it's part of the reason causing the destruction of our community. I know I grew up on rap music, still listen to it from time to time, listen to R&B and anything else too. But, I listen to the older new stuff. I don't really listen to it, maybe because I'm just old and not hip to a lot of this new stuff. Some of I do, some of it I don't. Most of it I don't. But we all grew up on it. It is what it is. But I guess the older you get, the wiser you get, and you look and say, man, this stuff that's out now, it's very detrimental. Because you can hear music in this derogatory music 24/7 on the radio. Used to be, when I was coming up, if you wanted to listen to rap music, most times it's going to be on Friday night on a local radio station, like, a radio station that take donations and stay open type radio station. Friday night by 10 o'clock, from 10 to 11 o'clock or 10 to 12 o'clock. That was it. Or was it Saturday night? One of them, but that was it. Now you can hear, and the music that they played wasn't as bad as the music that's played now, 24 hours a day on public radio. Not even close. But it's all the videos, the music, it's all over sexualized, and you got kids listening to this. You even got doggone me schools inviting Sexy Red to speak to the children. Like, why would you do that? There is nothing positive in the music or in a message that Sexy Red can bring some kids, or any human being for that matter. But you let her come and then you let her perform, and y'all think that makes sense. So, which brings me to my point that we have got to take better care of our children, boys and girls. But we got to, especially like girls, when it comes to the sexualization, over-sexualization, because yes, boys do get taken advantage of by older women, older men, what have you. But something like this is unacceptable. And yes, no, there's no victim blaming here. What I'm saying is you got animals out there, and there's nothing you can do to change their mind or their behavior. But what you can do is lower the risk of you becoming a victim. That's basically what you're supposed to do in any aspect of life. When they say, you go out to a store, say you go shopping, when you walk into your car, keep your keys in your hand or your mace in the other hand or whatever. Keep your purse tied up good. Have your keys out before you walk out that building so you can get to the car, open door, jump in. Looking at your surroundings. You do that so nobody will sneak up on you easily. Don't unlock every car door. But let's say you don't do that and somebody runs up behind you, throw you in the car and take you away. You would say that what I'm saying is victim blaming. It's not victim blaming. It's like if you got to be smart. You got to take care of yourself. And young kids just don't have the wherewithal, the understanding of what they should and shouldn't be doing. That's why we as adults, and as parents and guardians and elders, got to be more careful and watch over our children. Don't let them be so influenced by the music, by the limelight, because it's easy to get caught up. Kids, grown folks who get caught up with the limelight and the publicity and all that kind of stuff, and like I said, will crash out. Crash out for it and mess around and deal with a man in his 30s, be a 13-year-old girl and a man in his 30s Now, how many years? Let me see. How many years did R. Kelly get? Let me see some real time. R. Kelly sentenced. R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years in federal prison. Let's see. Let's look on this real quick. This is the old little article. In prison for federal racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Amazing. Charges stem from effort over years to use a famous snare victims of sexual abuse. 55 or more, 25 years behind bars, while his defense attorney asked for 10 or fewer, saying prosecutors' request was tantamount to a life sentence. Survivors of R. Kelly abuse held hands in prayer. Black mass, he left his wicked trail, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing about R. Kelly. Let's see, more actually juices to work through. It say, I started this journey 30 years ago. Cunningham said outside the court after the hearing, there wasn't a day in my life until the moment that I actually believed that the judicial system would come through for black and brown girls. Here's the thing. R. Kelly didn't go to jail for what he did to children. For what he did to Aaliyah, what he did to the girl in the video where he peed out on. He didn't go to jail for that. Hanging out at McDonald's trying to pick up on little high school and junior high girls. He went to jail for what he did to grown women. But I guess he got sentenced because it's one of those. I said that's why I don't understand how this judicial system works. So the 30 years is really, so technically it was for the grown women, but in actuality, he probably got the 30 years because everybody knows what he's been doing since the beginning of time. And he got 30 years. This DJ. Where's he at? This white boy, this DJ, he got 19 years and confessed to assaulting and violating, how many girls was it? Come on. Almost 693 black girls, underage girls. And he gets 19 years. See, this is why people get upset with the judicial system and don't trust it. Because this is like preposterous. Folks the judge who handed down this sentence, I believe he need to be voted out come next election period. Because this is not acceptable. Just say Pope had more than a dozen run-ins with law enforcement related to his involvement with a number of young girls, dating back to December 2011. One of the earliest incidents involved a 13-year-old girl who claimed she had unprotected sex with the Pope, and only to later discover that he had AIDS. Now, I don't know if it was unprotected. The young victim said she met Pope through a mutual friend, and soon Pope began plying her with drugs and booze until he sexually assaulted this young girl. Assaulted this baby. Now, I know there's been girls, I was going to school, they was fast. A lot of them junior high school, had grown men as boyfriends or whatever. I know that. We're looking at the girls like something wrong with what you want with this old man, and what this old man wants with this little girl. I don't know. I don't understand the mindset, especially of the men and the girls. They're young and don't know no better. They just, get big-eyed. Get it. But that's why I say we have to watch over our children a lot closer, because things are going on that you don't know about. I can just say this. I know somebody who things happened to them when they was young and they parents don't know about it. It's hard. It's really hard to watch your kids 24/7, but you do the best you can and you pray for the best. Pray for the rest. You don't let them sit in the room with the door closed all the time. You don't let them be on their phones and their little social media accounts and devices all the time. Get them out, get them into activities, structured activities, sports, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, if you can trust the scout director not to touch them. Mixed martial arts, something, gardening, chess club, STEM programs. You get them into something that occupies their time to where they're doing something constructive all the time, and they don't have time to be brainwashed by this nothingness that we call entertainment, because again, it's worthless, it's useless. It's just there for entertainment, there for fun, and you keep it moving. But no one is protecting the babies. No one is watching them. And if you don't watch them, people see a weakness. That's the thing about it. People will only attack knowingly things that they feel that no one is going to protect them. That's why you have people like R. Kelly, or people in the entertainment business where these parents, what was that Nickelodeon documentary, I think it was on the ID channel. These parents, say, hey, take my child, make him a star. And they leave him with these people, not knowing, and maybe even knowing. Some parents may know something's going on, but they're not there to say, hey, oh no, I'm not leaving my child with you. I don't know you like that. You'll leave a child with a stranger before you leave him with a family member. That's crazy. But yeah, we gotta do better. And like I said, this story here is a sad, like I say, sick story. I mean, at least he going to prison. Let's say some victims described the feeling of being spellbound or brainwashed by post-predatory behavior as he regularly gave them money or provided drugs and alcohol. Or at least one girl acknowledged to investigators that most of the relation between them was what she would consider to be consensual. Exactly. That's what predators do. Pimps. That's what they do. They know how to talk. They got the gift of gab. Can sit there and tell you anything, make you feel good, make you feel important. Make you feel like there's no one else in the world but you, to where you'll do things, well, you might not think it's right, but hey, this dude wouldn't do you no wrong, because everything he does and says is, feels good, sounds good. But yeah, we just gotta watch over our little girls, man. Protect them. Like I said, my daughter's in my house, couldn't listen to all kind of crazy rap music. Shoot, my kids was listening to like Lil Pop and what was them little Molly? Well, I can't really say Molly, sorry. But that type of music and stuff, sometimes like, what are y'all listening to? They knew all the little pop songs on the radio. Like I'll be flipping the channel. Like, oh, daddy, go back. Like what? And you go back and it'd be some little pop, teeny bop song. And you be like, what is this you listening to? What? But hey, I'll be like, shoot, hey, it's better than some of the music I heard. So I couldn't really trip. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story, man. Let's leave a comments below. Let's dialogue. You think 19 years was enough? I don't. I think he should, like I said, should have got that death penalty. Forget being able to plead guilty. When some people commit certain crimes, they shouldn't get the chance or the opportunity to plead anything. Just put them in jail. Let's have a trial. Let's waste that taxpayers' money and get this boy locked up for life and call it a day. Simple as that. But anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. 4 ways you can support the channel. Don't cost you a penny. Just maybe a couple minutes out your day. But if you want to support monetarily, look in the description box below. Click on the links. Help me out. Support the channel there. You can do super chat, super thanks, things of that nature. But anyway, however you do it, I appreciate it. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you if you share it and like it too. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.